Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to the daily update my 1000 days challenge. This is day 641, so let's get things started. Alright, so first and foremost, in terms of the daily market structure update itself, you can see that there's a very nice bounce, in particularly on the S&P 500 itself. So you can see this very nice bullish green candlestick we dropped very drastically and then bounced very fast as well. So this is definitely a very good sign because it's also the daily horizontal support region that I was mentioning as well. So do bear in mind that, of course, we could still see further downside. The key thing that we do want to see over today is that we actually break towards yesterday high and with a nice bullish green candlestick, potentially as high as possible. If that was to show a nicer reversal in the sense, something like this, you want a brief bullish candlestick to actually follow through the following day itself. That's not to say that we'll be less likely to see a further downside, but definitely you'll be less likely in that sense. All right, if we move along in terms of the Nasdaq itself, similarly, we see similar pattern, but not as a nice candlestick, which we fail to touch even the daily horizontal support, but similarly, it forms a very nice, decent trend in that sense. And that's something to bear in mind. And we also do see a bullish kind of a divergence in terms of MACD itself, but not a very nice one in that matter. Of course, even the price is falling down itself, over here we do see a bullish divergence itself. Over here is not that obvious, especially if this region blocking it in that sense. And moving along in terms of ASHR itself, what we do see is a decent bounce region itself, and we are maintaining above the key horizontal resistance and support, and now it's potentially turning into support itself. So previously it was support, turned to resistance, and now returning back to support in that sense. So we actually have a very strong bounce. The key thing that we want to see is actually breaking above and staying above the 20 exponential moving average on the daily chart, as you can see at troubles over here, troubles over here. And finally, for QA itself, it will be the 50 simple moving average itself. So you can see that we rejected here, rejected here. The key thing that we do want to see break above is definitely over here. And a strong break above, a potential weak retest, and then we could have a very strong continuation towards the upside of thing as well. So this could very much be the start of a new bullish trend, even though if you look in terms of the economic or the macro environment itself, I don't see any change in terms of catalyst. But of course, many times you don't see that kind of catalyst until price leads in that sense. And then lastly, for Bitcoin itself, similarly, we do see similar price action, but not as strong in that sense. But I would say Bitcoin is quite different. So pardon me, I wouldn't say similar. It's actually different in the sense that we've been falling quite through, but I can see a very much decrease in terms of momentum or MACD, and also in terms of this downward trend is just pushing it down. So the key thing we definitely do want is a very nice bounce and close above the 20 exponential moving average on the daily chart. That could perhaps mark a much more clearer reversal in terms of trend itself. And finally, for the 4-hour chart itself, you can also see yesterday I did mention I'm not keen to enter a short simply because I don't see a strong rejection over here, something like this, whereby a strong drop, but it's too late to enter a drop. Here, whereby there's a decent drop, but at least we don't maintain much above it and we don't have much retest. But I can see over here, there's the sellers are actually facing much of pressure itself. No matter which side they push, it seems that there's people that's technically blocking it, be the upside or the downside. So the question is which side will be more exhausted first, and that will likely be the side that will be losing out, and then we will push me in the direction in that sense. So I do see some sort of potential correlation if especially S&P 500 were to do well today, later when it opens, then definitely the Bitcoin would be more likely to actually be doing well just as well. Other than that, that's more or less about it. That's what I have for you guys today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop by your comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.